So I recently had somebody ask me about lat pull downs, whether or not you should actually extend or arch your back during the movement. And it's tough to kind of make a blanket statement one way or another without seeing what a person is doing. But what we can kind of talk through here in this video is the function of the lats and kind of a spectrum that you should think about whenever you're lifting weights in terms of technique. So the lats pretty much work in opposition to the abdominals. So when you're arching your back, an easy example to kind of convey this topic is arch your back as hard as you can. So kind of go into this really hard extension pattern and then try to take a breath and embrace your abs. You can do it, but again, it's not as easy as if you're neutral. You take a breath in, feel from the bottom up, expand your stomach and your chest, and then brace. It's a lot easier to get tight and feel full contraction, almost 360 circumferential expansion. So with the lats, they function as a spinal extender as well as abductor and internal rotator of the shoulder. So during the lat pull down, some may find that by arching the back a little, you'll actually get a better contraction of the lat. But with that, it exists on a kind of a healthy range. So what I mean, if you're looking at someone and they're doing a pull down and they're just so heavily extended here, that's the end extreme on one side, that's too far. But at the same time, if you're doing a pull down and you're just trying to be super straight and upright here, you're probably not going to get that much of a contraction out of your lats, or one that you can really feel and sense. So you want to arch enough that you can still maintain tension within your abs. So since the lats and the spinal erectors kind of function in opposition to your abs, you never want to fire them so hard that the other side shuts off completely. Now there would be certain muscle groups where this would actually take place, like quads and hamstrings. Obviously when you're doing a hamstring curl, you're not going to be simultaneously contracting your quad. When you're doing a squat, they will both fire at the same time, since it's a closed chain versus an open chain exercise. In this case, you want to have spinal stabilization from the back as well as the front. So a little bit of arch should be coupled with a little bit of tension in the abs. I'll show you a couple good reps and then a few bad reps. So here we get a little bit of an arch, but again I can brace in the front, feel like I'm about to be punched in the stomach, brace, and then pull down. Still get my air, still have a little arch to get a better contraction, but at the same time, I still have good pressure through my abs, I can still feel like I'm braced, and I can still maintain a mostly neutral spine as I'm mainly extending through the upper back and just a little bit through the lumbar. Now, a few bad reps would be if you notice the person is struggling with their ribcage position, so the ribcage is popped up, they're here. As they pull down, they're leaning back excessively. And you can almost feel it on yourself when you start to lose that abdominal tension, or you feel like you get a lot of pressure or even a little bit of pain at one specific spinal segment. So what's happening there is you may actually be extending at your TL junction, which is where your thoracic spine, basically the rib cage, and your lumbar spine, your lower back, are actually meeting. So a lot of people extend through there, and that's when you see the rib cage start to pop up. So arching the back on lat pull downs is definitely all right, but again, you have to be able to feel a little bit of tension in order to maintain a mostly neutral spine and not allow the rib cage to excessively flare. So, hope that was helpful. You guys picked up a few things there that can help you lat pull downs out.